Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Enzo, this is my forever co-host John, and today we talk about Kingsman, the Secret Service. We jump forward ahead in time from the Bourne Ultimatum that was in '07 to 2015, since it's officially celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. So yeah, were you excited for this when the trailers dropped?
I was, but then at the same time, I was kind of like, that feeling of like, oh, I feel like this movie's gonna be cheesy.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like, oh, another kind of spy ripoff or like James Bond ripoff. So when I first saw the trailers, it didn't really sell me all that much, except for Colin Firth. I
Yeah.
want to see him, but I never heard of Taron Egerton.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did look interesting, and like I do remember watching this in theaters,
Yeah.
and just absolutely like at the start I was just like,
Yeah.
okay, and then once I settled into the vibe of the entire movie,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I kind of get it now, like
Yeah.
like this shit's kind of fun.
Yeah, yeah. I remember seeing the trailers, and the main draw was Colin Firth as an action man. I was like, I have never seen this
Yeah.
man do any action. Like the most I've seen him like articulate himself, or like he gives really good speeches in like the King's Speech and like other dramatic movies. Like his version of I forgot what's the name of the.
Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I never see him like kick ass or like do a jump at least. So I was like,
Yeah.
I
He's
know.
always like this, like stoic.
Yeah.
Not really stoic, but he's just like always that character, like in Mamma Mia, and like
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he's the quiet, smart type.
Yeah, and like he's more of like a dramatic guy than an action hero. But so that was the main
Yeah.
draw for me. And then yeah, like you, like the beginning of this movie is just like kind of like I'm not sure where we're going with this, because it starts like very Bond with the mountain, like a rescue gone wrong, and then you meet like
Yeah.
Giselle with her rollerblades or her jumping legs of death. You're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is happening? Why is Mark Hamill here though?
Yeah, like Mark Hamill's here, and that's where I was like, oh, they got Mark Hamill,
Yeah,
and I was like, Mark Hamill's usually in good shit, except for Star Wars, for some fucking reason.
I mean,
But
the
yeah.
originals were pretty good. What are you
Oh,
talking
the
about?
original was good. I'm talking about the sequels.
Oh yes, that anniversary is coming up too, so maybe we'll do that soon. But anyway,
Alright.
speaking of Star Wars, for the first time we got Mace Windu and Luke Skywalker.
And Luke Skywalker in one room.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say though, like I just love it when Samuel L. Jackson's a bad guy.
Yeah, even though he has a ridiculous like way of talking, you're like, what is that? Tweety Bird shit. But like it works. He sells it pretty well, and I'm like, the more he talks, I'm like, you know what? I buy it. Him as this like billionaire who has, it's a stereotypical like humans are the disease for this planet, so I must wipe humans out.
Yeah.
And
But I'll have like a whole like mountain filled with like really rich people.
yeah, but it's Sam Jackson as Richmond Valentine, and I'm like, you know what? It's rare that I get to see Sam Jackson be the bad guy. So like he does it well here.
Yeah.
And we go to the main guy, who is Eggsy, played by, I think this is his first movie ever, Taron Egerton's like first mainstream role. And like
Yeah.
like off the start, he's like a very charismatic person, and he's just in a bad spot. He is in like a poor neighborhood of London. He has an abusive stepdad, and like his life seems to go south until he calls in a favor with Colin Firth, who gave him that thing to call in a favor because his dad saved Colin Firth's life years ago. So now he owes him for life.
Yeah. And it is kind of cool because they do show us not just Stel, but they also show us like what he is capable of.
Yeah,
They show us that he was in the army.
yeah,
It served for a bit, but then he just turned delinquent. You can see that he has driving skills after he stole that guy's Subaru,
yeah,
and he has parkour skills after he like ran away from the guy he stole the Subaru from.
yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, once he does get introduced to Colin Firth, and again, we never seen this man move this quick
Yeah, the
in their lives, even though it is stylized.
yeah,
I've just never seen this man like throw a punch.
right. Like the manners make it man bar scene is pretty. It's still
Yeah,
pretty sick to this day. Like, I like. It took a while for me to finish this movie because I'm like, I need to see that again. It's been a
yeah,
while
you
since.
rewind it.
Yeah, just because again, you're right. It's Colin Firth. I'm like, I've never seen this man like do anything like action back, like throw a punch, do a kick, anything. And now he's like beating the shit out of these bar people and like using his umbrella as like a shield, and like that just
Yeah.
introduces you to what equipment the Kingsmen have, and like Eggsy is obviously our eyes into this world, and him training with the other Kingsmen material, even though they're from like like higher end London, like they're rich and like they have their noses high, and they're like, who's this guy? He's not even from a named university. Like we're better
Yeah.
than him.
Yeah, very snooty, rich kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like once they get recruited, I thought this was the whole thing. This is where I was like, oh, this is interesting after watching Colin for like Kick Ass.
yeah,
But then we get to like the exam stuff, and I was like, oh no. I was kind of like, I almost got let down because I was like, no, don't tell me there's some kind of young adult novel kind of bullshit, Divergent shit,
mm,
where like it just focuses on like him being a spy with these group of kids.
yeah. Also,
Yeah, so I was like, sorry, not gonna. I've watched too many movies where it's just like this is where it's going.
yeah.
Where yeah,
Also, doesn't help that Harry gets knocked out by like Mark Hamill's exploding head for a bit, and you're like, I guess he's out of the picture for a bit. That's a shame. I
Yeah.
want to see him do more shit.
yeah,
But I do like the team dynamic between him and Roxy, and like their instructor being Mark Strong, and like Mark Strong.
yeah,
Whether it's a good movie or a bad movie, it's like the best part of any movie he's in.
I agree.
And thankfully, it's a good movie, this one. And him as Merlin is pretty great. Like, this stuff, instructor, like him, like, pulling last minute stuff, like the parachuting, like, oh, one of you doesn't have a parachute, and they're all panicking, and X is like, oh, I'm expendable because I'm not as rich as these people. And he's just like, no, 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 you come here, you tell me your problems, you don't yell at me. He just pulls his chute, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, he was just fucking with you. He was fucking with
Yeah.
all of you.
Yeah, it was just like a test of teamwork and all that shit. But yeah, but as I said, it was like, oh, I was almost disappointed that like, is this gonna be like that kind of movie where it's just teen drama
Yeah.
and young adult shit? But it's not.
Yeah.
They go through the training part really quickly, and then we just jump into him like being an actual spy. I do love the bathroom scene where like, or like their sleeping quarters like floods.
Hmm.
And then, like, Eggsy had to, like, punch the glass just to get out. I don't know how you could generate that much force to break a one-way mirror, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, right? They're underwater too. Like, how do you... And it's been a while since he's had any oxygen, so I'm like, how are you so focused to do this?
I know that I'm not the only one who held my breath the entire time. I'm like, I could be a super spy.
Sure. Also, going back to Valentine, like, him with Colin Firth and the Big Mac, the Happy Meal, like, this villain is, like, on the right spot of, like, over the top. It's not too over the top, like, say, Batman and Robin, or, like, any Jim Carrey shit, but, like, it's just right. Like, this villain is just believable enough that you're like, yeah, I believe he's a credible threat. Like, him and Sophia Botella make a, like, their duo is, like, you believe that people are in danger. Like, they're willing to sacrifice the entire world just to make the 1% the last ones living.
Yeah, I do love their dynamic as well. It's just that he's clearly the James Bond bad guy,
Yeah.
while he has the odd job henchman.
Yeah.
You know, like the expert killer,
Yeah.
the Boba Fett to his Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot to mention that Michael Caine is Arthur, and I'm not sure if he's the same Arthur from the Kingsman with like Ralph Fiennes. I don't know if he's Ralph Fiennes' character. You don't
No.
think so?
No. I watched it because like he wasn't there.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Michael Caine tests Eggsy with one last trial where he has to shoot the dog, and It's poor Eggsy's pug is just like, please don't do this, master. I thought you loved me.
Yeah, of course he couldn't fucking do it.
Yeah. And then Harry like gives him an earful of like, I gave you every opportunity and you threw it away for a fucking dog. And Eggsy's like, what, you shot your dog? He's like, yeah. And then I brought him home and he died of cancer. And I had him stuffed. And you're like, oh, okay. Sure. And then Harry goes off to America to find out what Valentine's is doing with the SIM cards, and he finds this hate church where Valentine is doing his operations, and it's again. It took a while for me to finish this entire movie just because I'm like, I need to see the shit again, and again.
Yes, yeah. So like Harry, sadly, he does get affected by the device, and just goes on a full-on killing spree, and I'm just like, are they allowed to do that?
Yeah.
I know they're hateful Christians, but like, is he allowed to do that? But that scene was so fucking cool. Like I do know what you mean when it came out on digital. I just kept rewinding it. I'm like, how do I perform like that in a situation like this? That would never happen in my life.
Right. And like, it's set in the backdrop. The backdrop is Leonard Skinner's Freebird, and it's the entire guitar riff of that song. And I'm like, this is fucking sick. It's one of the reasons why I kept rewinding it, because I'm like, the guitar scene alone, the sound is excellent, the choreography is excellent. Like, if I had to rate the scene alone, it would be a 10 out of 10. It's just like Harry versus a bunch of like hateful idiots, while Valentine's just like, I guess I don't have to do anything, I just have to watch.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know what your theater reaction was when Valentine puts a bullet in Harry. Yeah. Everyone,
I remember everybody going,
yeah, like, same.
We would expect Colin Firth to, like, you know, go through the entire movie alive.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't get to see him kick more ass. That's a shame. I wanted to see him like fight Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
But no, Eggsy discovers that even Michael Caine has that like SIM card thing on his neck, and like tricks him. He poisons Michael Caine, and I was like, this is the most I've ever heard Michael Caine curse in any movie, and that's a rarity. Just again, that's one of the scenes where I'm like, I want to see that again because I want to hear Michael Caine
say fuck.
Hey, you fucking prick or something like that. It's like, all right. Yeah. And then Eggsy, Merlin, and Roxy have to save the world. Roxy has to do this like 80s, wild 80s like outer space thing where she has to knock out Valentine's satellites, while Eggsy has to turn off the satellites from the ground to make sure there's no signal. But even when they knock out the satellite, it still connects, and you see the world just go bonkers. Or like, shit, I guess, are we losing this fight?
Yeah, where everybody starts like ripping each other apart.
Yeah. I do love the last fight scene between Sophia Boutelle and Taron Egerton. Again, it's well choreographed. And as I was watching this, I was like, I guess I'm never finishing this movie because I forget how sick these fight scenes are. Eggsy gets her with a poison shoe blade and then stabs, like spears Sam Jackson with her leg, and then the poor guy can't take blood, so he also see him throw up.
I forgot. Yeah, like he's a bit of like a germaphobe.
Yeah, and that's it. Like, I do like the callback when he's like, "Oh, this is not like those old spy movies Harry was going on about." Like, Harry's like, "Is this the part where you give me your monologue?" And Valentine just shoots him in the head. This time, Eggs is like you told Harry, this ain't that kind of movie, bro. And he's like,
"That ain't the kind of movie, bruv."
Yeah. And then this movie ends quite well for Eggsy, and you're like, oh my.
Yeah, but this is the part that I do remember, like, because I do remember watching this in the theater, and you just hear like the Swedish princess just like absolutely taking up the ass, just like, oh my god.
Yeah. And then Eggsy does get back on his stepdad does get his comeuppance because Eggsy just beats the shit out of him, and the rest of the bar boys, even the bar boys, are like, I think we shouldn't fuck with him because he is straight now. Let's leave him alone.
Yeah.
And that's like, shut the fuck up. And he gets knocked the fuck out. You're like,
Yeah.
cathartic. Forget if the follow-up Kingsman are any good. Like I remember liking Kingsman 2.
It was good. It was really good. Yeah, the Pedro Pascal in it.
Right, and it's the American version of Kingsman, right? Like, yeah.
Statesman, yeah. I think they're going to expand more on the universe, if I've heard correctly, like a few months back. And also, like, the third movie was a little oddly paced and a bit messy, but at the same time, it was pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's the one set in World War One, right?
Yeah, and I really like that one. And like, again, seeing somebody who doesn't really move that fast.
Yeah, again, you're like
an ass. Ralph Fiennes, I'm like, whoa,
right?
When did this happen?
It's him and the actor for the Lizard as Rasputin. I'm like, I've never seen these actors move so fast in my life. It's not even funny. Yeah, that was him.
I forgot about that. That was a great scene, by the way.
Yeah.
Like the entire like Rasputin scene.
Yeah.
And him just like dance combat. I'm just like, oh fuck, like combat Zumba's like coming at you. But like if you haven't seen that, you should watch it. It's still a fun like bit of piece of that universe, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, what would you rate Kingsman: The Secret Service?
I would rate Kingsman: Secret Service solid 8 out of 10. It ain't James Bond, but like at the same time, it kind of felt like that's fun side of James Bond.
Yeah.
You know, like exploding pens and like funky gadgets.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's just that hint of realism where like, yes, there are stakes. The villain, sure, as cartoonish or a caricature of a certain person he is. Also, by the way, Obama's a bad guy.
Oh yeah.
He gets his head blown off. But they don't say who it was though.
Oh yeah, he's
It's
just
a random person in the White House.
that talks oddly Obama-ish. You're like,
Ish. Not confirming, but yeah, like, like the stakes are still high. You do feel that, like, yeah, even though the character is a certain way, he's still intimidating and still kind of like presented as a threat.
Yeah.
In of itself. And same with like the second movie as well. Like if we ever do like a review on that, like I can't wait. Colin Firth, fucking amazing. Again, never knew Mr. Darcy could move this fast. And Taron Egerton is a great, just like launching pad through to his career. I do want to see him in more stuff. I remember like the last movie that I saw him in was
Elton John.
No, there's this like he's an airport security guy. Yeah, and then like this guy has like a bomb. He wants to blow up a plane, but he's like, "Hey, if you don't follow the things I'm telling you to do, I'll blow up the entire like airport."
It's kind of like that sounds like that movie with Colin Farrell where he's like in a phone booth and then he's talking to a sniper and he's like, "If you don't do what I want, I'll snipe people."
Yeah. It's like that, but it like, you know, he has a guy from Ozark in it as the bad guy. I'm like, cool.
Oh shit. Yeah, the fox from Zootopia. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, it's sadly it is a bit like meh.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I have to rewatch it, but like, yeah, I do want to see him in bigger things. I do want to see him like, as much as I love seeing him in like indie movies, like the one with like the skiing guy and like, you know, Elton John.
Oh yeah.
I just want to see him in like bigger things.
Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen him in big things. Like the last thing I saw him in was the Elton John movie, and that's about it.
Oh.
And he was great there.
Tetris one?
Right. I haven't seen Tetris yet, but I plan to someday. Yeah, I agree with you. 8 out of 10. Like it does. You're right. It does throw back to like the campier James Bonds, but in a better way. Like it's ironic that this came out the same year as like Spectre, and out of all the spy movies that came out in 2015, this one is like one of the standouts along with like Mission
Impossible. It was the best one.
Yeah, like that.
Wait, what was 2015?
Mission
Nation?
Yeah,
Kingsman was better.
Yeah, like it's above Rogue Nation just because it just throws back to an era I didn't think would be any good anymore. Colin Firth, like he was the main draw and is still the main draw, and it's the reason why I still watch this. Along with Taron Egerton, I think their chemistry is great. And yeah, Sam Jackson is a great bad guy along with Sofia Boutella. Like both her and Taron Egerton, this being their launching pad, I think it's a great debut for them, and I just wish I saw them in more stuff. I just feel bad that Sofia Boutella is attached to same with the Zack Snyder movie in Netflix. Big space one.
Fucking Star Wars at Home.
Yeah.
Dollar Store Star Wars.
A dollar store.
Seven Samurai.
But at home.
50%.
If it wasn't good. Rebel Moon. There we go.
Rebel Moon.
Yeah. Hopefully she's in better things.
Yeah.
But yeah, to the audience watching, what's your favorite campy spy movie? Is it like the other James Bonds, or is it? We should do Austin Powers one of these days. Not gonna lie.
Oh fuck yeah! I was about to say as well. I was like, oh, we should do Austin Powers because he's also a British spy. So like,
yeah,
one of my favorite movies too.
Yeah, maybe we could pair that with the latest Mission Impossible, which as of the time of filming should be out by now.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever it is, comment down below. If you want to see more of us, please leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. TikTok to see your best and funniest moments, Spotify to yours on the go. And the video I'm Zoda's voices on TikTok and Answolf on Letterboxd. Where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me at JomJuM_ on Instagram. It is my account.
And until the next one, we'll see you then. Bye everybody.
Ciao.